Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Whitney Van Laningham, and even though we're already 2 movies deep into Phase 5 of the MCU, I still have so many leftover questions from Phase 4 that I need answers to before I can truly move on. And listen, I get it. Disney and Marvel have spoiled us all with an abundance of answers at a relatively quick pace. If Disney hadn't taken over Star Wars, fans would have had to wait a lot longer than 38 years to find out if Boba Fett survived that Sarlacc pit. But there's a few things from this last phase that I just can't stop thinking about. So today, I'm going over all of the biggest unanswered questions and unsolved mysteries from recent MCU shows and movies. As the late Robert Stack once said, "For every mystery, there is someone, somewhere who knows the truth. Perhaps that someone is watching. Perhaps it's you." First, we obviously have to hit the #1 question on every MCU fan's mind. What is going on with Tiamut's corpse? There have literally been 6 movies, 4 TV shows, a horror special, and a holiday special since the Eternals. Why haven't we gotten a single solid update? We've seen exactly 2 small references to Tiamut in the aftermath of the Emergence. At the ending of the Eternals, KOTA News in South Dakota broadcast a segment about the unidentified marbleized rock formation, including a chyron that says, "Scientists suggest appearance of object could be associated with the blip." The newscaster confirms that US and Australian naval ships are in defense positions in the Indian Ocean.
US and Australian naval ships are maintaining defensive positions, but at this point...
You guys did that?
While authorities scramble for answers. But at this point, if their best theory is that this is just a blip side effect, they're pretty far behind on the latest interdimensional and intergalactic threats. In episode 2 of She-Hulk, when Jen is looking for jobs, you can see a tiny side article titled, "Why is there a giant man sticking out of the ocean?" But that's the last time we heard of that big bald baby. This is really surprising because the MCU has previously been so great at exploring the aftermath and repercussions of major superhero-related events. They've really nailed the depictions of regular and superpowered people alike coping with the sudden loss of half of all life in the galaxy. And this wasn't the first instance. From detailing the emotions and realities of the aftermath of Sokovia's destruction to the payoff of Captain America lifting Thor's hammer, Marvel has rewarded us with answers to our most burning questions time and again. So why haven't they updated us on the aftermath of Tiamut's half-assed birth? The real answer is probably pretty simple. It just hasn't come up in a way that would be meaningful to the current storyline they're trying to unfold. Our heroes have been busy with other stuff. My favorite theory about why Tiamut isn't front and center in the news cycle came from my buddy MT. He has the best theories of all time, so go check out his Twitter if you haven't already. MT thinks that SWORD or the DoDC have staged a massive cover-up of Tiamut's corpse, similar to the way that S.H.I.E.L.D. covered up extraterrestrial encounters in the past. And with scientists blaming the blip, authorities might have encouraged the rumor that Thanos was at fault for the Emergence. If Val and the DoDC turn out to be the masterminds behind gaslighting the public into believing that a big old dead guy in the ocean isn't an intergalactic problem, hopefully we'll see their sinister manipulation plot played out in the future. I have a second question from the Eternals. What's up with Pip, Eros, and the other Eternals? The last time we saw Cersei, she, Phastos, and Kingo were yoinked out of the sky by Arishem, another planet-sized dude who no one seems to be talking about, and the remaining crew was on their way to rescue them. Pip and Star Fox pop aboard their spaceship, offering to help Thena, Makari, and Druig rescue their friends. Again, that's the last we heard from them. Dane Whitman seems to be the only person losing his shit over Cersei getting plucked like a daisy by a gigantic alien robot, and 0 references to Arishem's appearance over England have been made. MT's theory definitely fits this situation as well, and lack of public knowledge about the Eternals, their origins, and their sacrifice certainly helps slow the theory mill. The people of 616 can't be afraid of what they don't know. If absolutely no one has offered a real explanation to worldwide outlets, the general population probably isn't having an existential crisis, even though the plot of this movie basically confirms that there is no God. If Earth does find out about the Celestials, we probably won't hear about it until Eternals 2. Which so far isn't slated for phases 5 or 6. Kevin Feige did confirm in an interview with MTV News at San Diego Comic-Con in 2022 that Harry Styles will return to the MCU, but where? In the comics, Eros does interact with Mar-Vell and Monica Rambeau, but I can't see the Eternals showing up in the Marvels on their way to save their homies. We might just have to wait until Eternals 2 is announced in late phase 6, 7, or beyond. My third question is, where did Clea take Doctor Strange and his freaky forehead at the end of Multiverse of Madness? Obviously, we very clearly saw her slice open a portal to the Dark Dimension, but I'm gonna need some more details. Dormammu is still alive and well despite his banishment. Isn't he gonna be pissed when his least favorite guy to bargain with comes through?
Dormammu?
I've come to bargain.
Even if Daddy Dormammu doesn't get mad at his daughter for bringing a three-eyed sorcerer into their dimension, Strange is gonna have other problems. Like, for example, where Clea might be taking him. Depending on her solution for stopping incursions, the two of them could be anywhere in the multiverse. In the comics, however, we learn that the easiest way to stop an incursion is to simply destroy one of the worlds before they collide. The Black Swan, aka Our Lady of the Apocalypse, tells Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, and other heroes that she knows 8 different ways to stop an incursion, but wiping one of the Earths involved out of existence is the simplest, most surefire way to do it. My hope is that we'll see Clea and Doctor Strange try out several different ways to stop the incursions before resorting to the death of an entire planet. Although the comics didn't specify the details of the 7 other ways to thwart an incursion, it would be really exciting to see them test out these other methods. I also wonder if the next Doctor Strange will address the consequences of Venom leaving a piece of itself behind in the MCU in the aftermath of No Way Home. This not only means that we'll likely see Venom infect a new host in 616, it also means that Doctor Strange and Clea might need to deal with this multiversal trespasser on their quest to stop the incursion. If the only way to stop an incursion is to destroy the world colliding with 616, I have a theory that we could see them evacuate the other reality, possibly bringing Eddie Brock and Venom back to 616 to reunite with their lost goo. But there may be a snag in my theory. According to Charlize Theron, who plays Clea in the MCU, she hasn't heard anything about her character's return. In an interview with MTV, Theron claimed that she still hasn't gotten a call from Marvel with an update on her role. With the next phase and a half already slated, I'm not sure we'll see these two together for a while. We made this video with the help of Geology, and with their help you can make your skin healthier than ever. Geology is a 22-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Oprah Daily, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, and GQ. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Just take a quick 30-second diagnostic quiz, and Geology will create a simple and effective skincare or hair care routine customized just for you. Geology's co-wash and deodorant are great, and I use them all the time. But right now they're running a special offer for a skincare sampler pack, and Geology's skincare stuff is in a league of its own. Geology's line of skincare products can help you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, combat dark or puffy under eyes, have smoother, hydrated skin, and target signs of aging. There's never been a better time to try Geology than right now. For a very limited time, use code Rockstars100 to get 100% off of your personalized 30-day skincare sample set. All you have to do is cover the $4.95 for shipping. On top of that, new Rockstars fans get an exclusive bonus offer of up to 50% off on an additional skin, hair, and body product of your choice when you add it to your trial. Click the link in the description or go to geolog.ie/Rockstars100 to get started. Fourth question. What's going on with Shang-Chi's sister Xialing and the new 10 Rings? Although Shang-Chi is confirmed for a sequel, we haven't heard any updates on when it might join one of the MCU's future phases. It makes sense. Even though it feels like that movie came out a billion years ago, it's only 2 years old. For those of us living in pandemic time, that roughly equates to about 10 years. But in the MCU, that's like 10 minutes ago. We're definitely gonna find out that Xialing has been spending her time between movies further training the former staff of the Golden Daggers Club to become the next generation of 10 Rings warriors. My fifth question is, who the hell bought Avengers Towers? In Hawkeye, Clint told Kate that Tony sold it a few years ago, and in Spider-Man Far From Home, we see Peter swing past the building's new garden lounge in the center of the building. But we still don't know who owns the tower in 616.
Well, actually, I do know who bought Avengers Tower.
And there are a lot of theories. Have the Fantastic Four taken over Avengers Tower to transform it into their headquarters, aka the Baxter Building? Some fans think that the sign in the background reading, "We can't wait to show you what comes next," with the numbers 1, 2, 3 and a question mark, is a hint that the Fantastic Four might be the new tenants. Others think a yet unseen Norman Osborn variant could be the buyer. Although the MCU doesn't currently have its own version of Osborn, I've seen some speculation that we might get our own 616 version in the future. Anything is possible, but this is one of the less likely theories in my opinion. Willem Dafoe is too classic to replace so soon after No Way Home, so if they do cast an alternate reality version, I don't think it'll be for a few more phases. Up sixth, is Hercules on his way to try to kill Thor yet? Obviously, Thor 4 was a pretty recent addition, and it makes sense that we don't have an answer to this yet. But I'm still mega curious. Thor just became a stepdad, and now the son of Zeus is tasked with murdering him? What's Hercules gonna do? Track him down at Love's Chuck E. Cheese birthday party and stab him with a lightning bolt? My seventh question technically isn't from Phase 4, but it came to mind with Multiverse of Madness, so it still counts. Where the hell is Baron Mordo? The original one, not the variant. We haven't seen him since the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange all the way back in Phase 3, where he removed Jonathan Pangborn's powers, re-paralyzing him and kicking off his quest to rid the world of sorcerers. In an interview with Total Film back in 2022, actor Chiwetel Ejiofor confirmed that his character wasn't part of the Snaps Away group, and that he was definitely engaged at the time. So this dude witnessed half of all life in the universe disappear and still thought magicians were the problem? That's some serious dedication to hating sorcery. Half of all the sorcerers in the entire galaxy were wiped off the list, and Mordo was like, I'm just getting started, baby. Interestingly, we did learn in the Disney Plus documentary Assembled, The Making of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that a scene where Wanda forces Mordo to decapitate himself with a sword was cut from the final version of the film. Without that ending for the character, however, we're left wondering where that guy is wandering. My guess is that his beef with wizards will eventually lead him back to Wang and Kamar-Taj, which leads me to my final question. Is Madison still hanging out with Wang? Did he take her back to Kamar-Taj with him to help him set up a variety of streaming services with their impeccable Wi-Fi? I think the answer is yes. For starters, Kamar-Taj collects cool people like Pokemon cards. They lured in Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Abomination, so their track record of convincing people to come hang out at their cool magic dwelling is solid. Secondly, at the end of She-Hulk, Wongers confesses that he was late to bust Emil Blonsky out of jail again because he got caught up watching a TV show again.
Emil, my apologies for the delay.
And look, some people prefer to binge watch TV alone, and I respect that. But personally, my favorite thing to do is invite my best friend Lisa over to eat snacks with me while we catch up on Shark Tank and Ghosts. I think Wang totally invited her back to Kamar-Taj so that they could rewatch Buffy the Vampire Slayer from start to finish. Plus, Madison loves partying in weird new places. She's not gonna say no to a free vacay with magic tricks. And I'm not the only one who thinks that they deserve a Hobbs and Shaw spin-off treatment. She-Hulk's director Kat Coiro told Mashable in an interview that she thinks that Madison and Wang should have their own movie. I 100% agree, and if you don't want to see Wang's world, you can get out right now. I'll admit that none of the theoretical answers I presented to these questions are 100% solid, and we won't uncover the truth behind these mysteries until further down the line, but it's fun to speculate.
At first it was fun, then scary, then fun again.
Eric has you covered on the Scroll Search mystery, and talking about Val's vibranium deserves its own video. So I want to hear all of your theories about these topics in the comments. Why isn't anyone talking about Tiamut? What other sorcerers has Mordo killed? Are Madison and Wang caught up on Yellow Jackets yet? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at WhitneyPuppy, follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love, and thanks for watching. Bye!